Hi everyone. I don't know where are you in the world, but on the eastern side, we've witnessed tokens and shoe prices fallen down at around 4 p.m., approaching 4 p.m. my time. And as you can see on the graph, this is taken from the coinmarketcap.com. And for those who are not aware, they already separated and listed the GST in Solana and the GST in the Binance Smart Chain. So basically in this video, we're going to discuss and try to deep dive why there was some sudden crash in terms of the token prices and the shoe prices today. But before we proceed, just to again remind everyone that again, this video is not a financial advice. It involves money. Always do your own research and carefully study your financial moves, and always take videos in YouTube as guide only. So what do we expect in this video? I'm going to show you how low did the shoes and tokens went down as of before the a few hours before the recording of this video, and what are the possible factors that drives the market down for Stepn tokens and shoes, and why did people suddenly sold shoes and tokens, and also in relation to those selling of shoes and tokens, how do we combat fear in these times of crisis? And at the end, how can we take advantage of this kind of situations? So as I said earlier, the prices of the shoes suddenly went down for almost like 15 to 20 minutes. You can see if you're already awake during around approaching 4 p.m. my time, you can see that there's a lot of cheap shoes. It went as low as in Solana network, 8 Solana. I've never seen shoes as low as that, except obviously on the early start of the game. And even on the BNB Smart Chain network, it went to as low as 10 BNB for the floor prices. In terms of the token, the GST went down up to $2. The GST on the Binance Smart Chain went down to 16.95, GMT at 1.165, Solana at 43.45. Actually, the GMT, we've seen it less than $1 during the bear market, and of course, still bear market, but today it's just different because this drop of tokens and shoe prices happened so instantly and in a span of few minutes. So let's dig deeper why it all happened. So only one reason that I can think of why the price went down so suddenly, and it's because so many people sold token and shoes. So when we say many, it's big enough to make the price slide down. And if you try to calculate the market cap, you can imagine how many people sold to make the prices go low at that point in time. But the more interesting question is why people sold shoes and token at this certain point in time that we are talking about. Obviously, many of them panic, and this panic is caused by FUD, or stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And as you know, if you go to Facebook, to Discord, to the Twitter page, so many people are expressing different opinions about the game. So many people are saying this, saying that it's the end, it's about to collapse, it will go to zero, etc., etc. In short, they're all negative, and I don't know where, and how are they basing all those statements. And we all know it's a human thing to be fearful if something is going on that they think is wrong. And the worst thing there is it will also affect the other people who see it. And this is the reason why I decided also to make my own version and say something about this. And for me, I'm not one of them. And later on, as I said, I'm going to show you how did I combat and why I'm not one of them. So this is now, I think, the most important part of the video of how you can also avoid panicking or being in that FUD department. So number one is focus on your strategy. Focus on your strategy. Do you have one shoes and do you just want to ROI? Then focus on that. Do you want to have 3 shoes? Are you on a mint flip like me, trying to get some uncommon shoes? Then focus on that. Do you want to increase your energy? Are you into targeting getting 9 shoes or getting uncommon or rare? So just focus on your strategy. So that's my number one suggestion. Number 2 is target ROI as soon as you can. I can't imagine those who just bought the BNB Smart Chain shoes just recently, just before today. I'm pretty sure many of them, they panicked that they saw the price of the shoes went down almost half the original price. So obviously, even me, I will panic a lot if I'll see that my 50 BSC shoes becomes 25. So what's your tendency? Once you panic, you sell. You thought it will go down to 0. But if you know that you've already ROI, you don't really care because you've already got your investment. And that's what happens to me on the one of my account. I've ROI'd long time ago. I'm already created profit, and every single day that I used my first account, it's all just profit. So I'm not so affected so much because I know that whatever I earn is already a profit. So I'm not on that point that I'm still getting my investment back, and I already cashed out my initial investment as well. So whatever I'm using now in the app, they're all my profit, and I'm just trying to reuse them, reinvest them to keep flipping, mint flipping, or sometimes I buy some shoes. So just like what had happened today that I'm going to tell later on. So I think, trust me on this, once you ROI, you will get your confidence big time, 100%. You cannot be easily shaken by any news or whatsoever. So I'm a big advocate of targeting return of investment. So if I were you, make this as your number one focus. Number 3, review the benefit of the game. In the first place, maybe many of us forget that we are getting fit. We are getting healthier each time that we go out there and consume our energy. And for me, I always need to remind that every time, especially if it's raining and I need to go out, I'm like, okay, more than the money, I need to do this because I need to move. I ate a lot today. I ate a lot of sweets. I drink. So it's something that will help me physically. And if I'm physically well, obviously I'm also mentally well, and I can perform whether in Stepn or in my everyday job or whatever I need to do. So always remember that. Number 4, I think it's very also important to reevaluate the game and the project as a whole. Do you still believe in this? Or are you already affected by the so many negative comments that you see on social media? So for me, I personally and honestly believe, I still believe and support this Stepn project, mainly because when I first heard about this project, it's very unique. It's one of a kind. This is the first crypto that has a real life use, and it's something that we can apply to ourselves and the benefit of getting fit is so huge. Plus for me the money part is like just a big motivation for me to go out there. But I always need to, as I said, always remind myself that I should do this more on the fitness side more than the money. So in saying that, it means if the price of GST or GMT falls down, I should not be as worried, because I know that first, any crypto, even Bitcoin, goes up, it will go down, and then it will come back again, and it will go down. So if you believe that this project still has a future, then so be it. You should not be afraid. But then again, if you're already influenced by others, then I guess, yes, you must need to accept, and you must go. Instead of creating FUD and negativity online, and those who still believe will be affected. So yes, I hope, guys, that let's minimize this negativity. If you don't believe anymore, then feel free to sell your shoes and move on. But as for me, I still believe in this project, so I will keep doing videos to educate, especially the beginners, on what this project is all about. And I will keep posting in all my other social media accounts as well about this project and how can it help. It can help us physically, and money is just a bonus. But I'm not also a hypocrite. I'm not also lying in saying that the money factor probably is like more bearing than the fitness. But again, it's more bearing, but not to the point that if the GST goes down, I will cry, or I will create negativity and spread, FUD in social media pages. I am not like that. So I know, I'm confident that in believing this project means keep going, and don't push others to also sell or do something crazy, including bashing the moderators and saying something against them. So yes, speaking of bashing, tomorrow I'll be discussing about some of the live comments that we see online, and just say what I think about them. So I hope you also watch that video soon. And last but not the least, I guess this is also a helpful way to combat fear. If you can avoid social media, especially Stepn sites, I guess it can help. It can help, because usually announcement, if it's from the devs, if you follow them on Twitter, you can just check it, or in Discord, just check the announcement page. Don't go to the other server, because you will just see their negativity. For me, that's what I usually do. I just look on the announcement page. If no announcement there, I won't really care. Or I will go to this group that I know that are all supportive. If you want to know, let me know in the comment section which group is that. I'll be happy to reply there. And I'm glad that there's a certain group that they're very, all of us there are so positive about the game. So I'm always going on that group. So thankfully, there's still a group that is all having one positive output about this game. And I said there, do not check prices so often. I guess if you don't really need to cash out and convert your token, let's say if you're just accumulating the GST that you earn and you put it on the wallet, I guess unless you really need to cash out, I think don't keep checking the prices, because it will drive you crazy. I wonder what will happen, because this happened during the Eastern part. I don't know now that Europe and America will be opening. I don't know how will they react to what had happened earlier in the Eastern side of the world. So hopefully they will not be like what had happened. Hopefully they will be more positive and will support the game. Now, how do you take advantage of this situation? For those who hasn't seen or watch my video. I made a video about what to do during the bear market in Stepn. I highly suggest that you also watch that, because one of those that I mentioned there, I mentioned a lot, and I think it also applies on this situation as well. So I hope you check that previous video as well. I think one thing that stands out to me is buying the dip. You know, I tried so hard today to buy those $8 shoes, but gee, they gone so fast. But you know, within you can't even read the sockets. You don't even finish checking those 4 sockets, and they're all gone. And then I was so excited, right? Because I said, okay, possibly someone will sell some cheap uncommon Walker shoes. So I filter my app. I put Walker uncommon. And then, true enough, someone sold 25 Solana UC 0 mint. You know what I did? I didn't even check the stats. I just clicked buy, but gee, it was gone in 1 second. I felt like so many people was able to snatch good prices today. You know, when you go to the app, those $8 shoes, they're like gone in 1 second. I even thought initially there were like bots over there doing all this buying, but I don't know. Maybe lucky for those who have a Solana on their wallet, ready to buy this dip. And some people, not just the shoes, they took advantage when the GST went down, so they can mint later on. Because as you know, it took 48 hours before you can mint, and who knows what the price could be after 48 hours, right? Now, if you try to check the prices of the shoes, it went back to the original usual prices. You cannot see eight Solana shoes anymore. In the BSC chain, you cannot see those $10 BNB anymore. Walker shoes, you can't see them anymore. They're gone. So yes, again, it's not a financial advice, but for me personally, I was able to buy 2 because I missed that UC 25 Solana Walker. So what I did is I was able to buy 2 0 mint common trainers at a really good price with a good stats, and I was right. After that sudden panic of sellers, when I checked the prices again, now that it's back to the usual price, it's not as low as the original price that I got. So for me myself, I was happy with the buy that I bought. I am ready to mint those 2 trainers, and not only that, the stats of those trainers are really for use as well. So not just for minting, because they're 0 mint. So I was really happy. I was able to take advantage and buy those cheap trainers during those span of time that they really went down. So yes, guys, I hope you've learned something from this video. But before we end, we'll feature again one comment of the day. This is from Juliet Polak. Again, I blowed up the original message. She said, do you think that more earning equality between separate chains will be reached when GMT earning will be released? In the end, all utility tokens have an infinite supply. She's referring to the GST. So GMT earning might be a better option in the future. And leveling sneakers, buying gems is cheaper on Solana. So you could create a more profitable GMT earning capacity over there, which is what I'm doing. What do you think? Yes, I agree. The GMT will be eventually, hopefully, will be a more profitable earning as compared to GST. But then again, guys, don't forget, no one can really forecast. No one can really say what will happen to the tokens, how high or how low they will be. I think I see a lot of comments. They're always asking, will GMT become like this at some point in time? Will GST increase up to this amount in 1 week or 2 weeks? Guys, I know everyone wants to know the answer, but unfortunately, I'm telling you now, no one knows. Otherwise, if someone can forecast what will going to happen, whether it goes up or down, all of us could have been rich. Because of course, if we know when will it go up or how high it will go, then we know when to buy and we know when to sell, when we know when it's going down, right? So if I were you, please refrain from asking, because even the professional traders, it's very hard. They're doing a lot of technical analysis, all this graph, but still it's so hard to forecast the highest or the lowest part of either shoe prices or token prices. But as for Juliet, for me, I'm also with you. I think eventually GMP earning will be a very profitable way of earning in the app. And yes, especially when all the use cases will be released. But then again, that will take time. We don't know how quick or how soon or how delayed it can be. But I think for Juliet, I think that's a good strategy. And again, as I said earlier, just focus on the strategy, but you can also swap as you think it may suit. Just like me, I didn't plan to buy trainers at all in the past because I find them expensive, but I was given this chance today to snap two of them at the price that I can afford within the budget that I have. So yes, that was the opportunity. I took advantage. So yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. As usual, please put your comments below. I want to know your thoughts. It also helps the algorithm of my channel. And also, if you find value, please hit that like button. And these are my other social media page. I post a lot in Stepn Global for those that I cannot post here in YouTube, like recommended shoes, obviously the authentication codes, and many others. You can reach me at Twitter if you want to DM me at Kikapi Games. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time, let's go and walk.